Hey everybody, welcome back to Brainiac Baseball's 1981 Detroit Tigers season replay. Today's matchup is between the Detroit Tigers and the Chicago White Sox at Comiskey Park. On the mound for Detroit is Dan Petry, whose record is 0-2 with a 3.44 ERA. And pitching for the White Sox is Francisco Barrios. His record is 2-1 with a 3.24 ERA. And we inched closer yesterday to the 500 mark. We won 6-2 in the middle game of this three-game series. And Rickey Henderson led off the game with a home run. He had a stolen base. Rickey's doing what we need Rickey to do. And Wayne Gross had a pinch hit home run late in the game that kind of sealed it for us. Dave Rozema got his first win of the season. He pitched really well. It's 2 games in a row for him. 2 starts in a row, and so maybe we're turning a corner. We're going to find out today, though. We're going to be facing a tough White Sox pitcher, Francisco Barrios, who threw a shutout against us last year, if I remember correctly, right when we needed a big win. So we'll see what he has in store for us. Dan Petry's on the mound, pretty solid for us. He was our 5th starter, and he moved into the 4th spot with the injury to Wilcox. And so Wilcox, of course, is back, and then we lost Bruce Robbins. So anyway, our bullpen is available today, everyone in the bullpen. And let's take a look here. Our lineup against Barrios, who's a righty, is our primary lineup versus righties. Everybody in here is who you would normally find, and I think we're going to start using Omar Marino in a late innings defensive replacement for either Steve Kemp or Gary Hancock, depending. So we're going to work him into the game a little bit more. And so let's go ahead and do that lineup rundown. And then I'll tell you about Francisco Barrios, a very sad, short life that he lived. And we'll get to that momentarily. So let's go ahead and do the lineup here. Batting leadoff and in center field is Rickey Henderson. Batting second and at shortstop is Alan Trammell. Batting third and DHing today is Kirk Gibson. Batting cleanup and in left field is Steve Kemp. Batting fifth and catching today is Lance Parrish. Batting sixth and in right field is Gary Hancock. Batting seventh and at first base is Jason Thompson. Batting eighth and at third is Wayne Gross. And batting ninth at second base is Lou Whitaker. And here's Francisco Barrios. He had a great season last year in 1984 for this league. He had a couple complete games, and as I mentioned, one of those was a shutout against Detroit. He's off to a pretty good start this year. Barrios was signed as a free agent at age 20 by the San Francisco Giants. That was in 1973. And then later that year, he was released and went back to play for the Jalisco team in the Mexican League. And Jalisco traded him to the White Sox for Rudy Hernandez, and I didn't know you could do that. I didn't know the Mexican League could make trades with the Major League Baseball, but apparently they can, and so, or at least that was the case back then. And so he combined in 1976. He combined with a no-hitter with Blue Moon Odom, and then sadly, around 1981, the season we're playing, he was fighting drug addiction and alcoholism. He got in a fight with Steve Trout, and he was eventually arrested for possession of cocaine. So the White Sox released him at the end of the 1981 season. And in April of 1982, there was rumors that Barrios was going to sign with the Milwaukee Brewers. But unfortunately, on April 9th of that year, he passed away at his parents' home in Mexico of a heart attack at age 28. and it was, assumed that he had passed away due to an overdose with cocaine, but it was never proven either way. And so, a very short life with a pitcher who was, as you can see here looking at his numbers, was really talented until the throes of addiction took hold on him. So, at any rate, let's go ahead and get started here with Ricky Henderson leading off. And Henderson hits a line drive to second base. That's Gilbert at second today, as you can see here with the defensive lineup for the Sox. And one down. Here's Trammell. And Trammell pops it up on the infield to third. And that's Kevin Bell at third base today. So some different players in the lineup for the White Sox. So with two down, here's Gibby. And Gibson hits a fly ball to right field. And that's Joe Gates, the third baseman, the typical third baseman that's in right field today. At any rate, let's go ahead and go down the White Sox lineup here in the bottom of the first. Batting leadoff and in right field today is Joe Gates. Batting second and playing first base is Mike Squires. Batting third and in center field is Chet Lemon. Batting cleanup and catching is Marv Foley. Batting fifth and in left field is Ron Pruitt. Batting sixth and playing shortstop is Fran Mullins. Batting seventh and DHing is Henry Cruz. Batting eighth and at third base is Kevin Bell. And batting ninth at second base today is Mark Gilbert. And Petry's on the mound. As I mentioned earlier, he's off to a pretty good start considering how poor he was last year. He had 45 walks and only 19 Ks as he made the team out of spring training. And then because of his poor performance, we sent him down, brought him back in September of last year, and he pitched a few games in relief, bringing his ERA down to just over 5. But this is his fourth start. He's 0-2 with that 3.44 ERA. 8 walks, 9 strikeouts. Opponents are only batting .185 against him. So that is clearly the key for him, is keeping people off base, considering how many walks he gives up. And so here's Joe Gates, as you can look at the Tigers defensive lineup there. Here's Joe Gates leading off in the bottom of the first, and Petry strikes out Gates. So that's what I want to see. More Ks from Petry. Next up is Mike Squires hitting a ground ball to Trammell. And Trammell makes the play. So 2 down. Here's Chet Lemon. Lemon had the day off yesterday, as they had Junior Moore playing center field, and Moore had a couple base hits in that game. And Lemon grounds out to short, and that's going to do it for the first. We're going to the top of the second inning. Here's Steve Kemp leading off. Kemp off to a terrible start this year, 229 with just 1 homer. He gets a base hit, though. And runner on first for Lance Parrish. This is a double play waiting to happen, as Parrish hits a fly ball to left. Parrish led the team in grounding into double plays last year with 31. And so runner on first for Gary Hancock, and Hancock sends it into left center field. It's going to be dropped by the left fielder. Who is that, Pruitt? Yeah, Pruitt drops the ball. So Hancock is on second, Kemp is on third. And this is exactly what JT needs to get going. He's batting .172 with no dingers. There we go, into left center field gap. That gets all the way to the wall. And he has a chance to have a triple here. He's not even to second base, but somehow Chet Lemon is in the bleachers. I don't know. 60% chance, why not? There's only 1 out. Oh, he is thrown out, trying to stretch it into a triple. I should have known better with Thompson being the slowest base runner on the team. But we'll take those 2 RBIs. And Wayne Gross, who had that pinch hit home run yesterday, gets a base hit to center field. So 2 runs and 3 hits this inning. And that'll leave it up to Whitaker, who walks. So first and second for Ricky Henderson. Henderson is 2 for 12 with a home run against Barrios. And Henderson lines out to Bell at third. And that's going to do it for the top of the second. So we go to the bottom half of the inning. 2-0 Detroit. Marv Foley leading off. And he gets a base hit to left field. So runner on first. Here is Ron Pruitt. Pruitt 1 for 1 against Petry. And he's got a base hit to left. So first and second, and nobody down. And Fran Mullins batting 163 versus righties. He's going to pop it up on the infield to Gross at third. He makes the play. So one down. First and second, still Henry Cruz is up. And Cruz does have a career home run against Petry. And he's going to pop it up right to the mound. Does Petry make the play? No, it looks like Parrish did. So we're almost out of this. Here's Kevin Bell. First time we've seen him all year. And Bell hits a ground ball to Trammell. And we get out of the inning. So a good comeback there for Petry. We go to the top of the third. Here's Trammell leading off, 6 for 11 with a home run against Barrios. And he pops it up on the infield. Gilbert at second base will make the play. One down. Here's Gibby once again. And Gibby hits a high fly ball to right center field. And that's an easy play for Gates in right field. And it'll be up to Kemp to keep it going. Base, no, sorry, I thought it was a base hit. Oh, it is an error though by Gilbert. So 2 errors by the Sox. So they're doing what they can to give us this victory. As Parrish hits a blooper into right center field. And that's going to be caught by Gates to end the inning. So we go to the bottom of the third. Here's Mark Gilbert leading off. He had that error last inning. And he strikes out swinging. 2 Ks for Petry. Back to the top of the lineup with Joe Gates. And Gates sends it into deep center field up against the wall. And he has himself a triple with that 93 speed. So what are we going to do here? He's a left-hander. So we're going to bring in the Thompson. And if it's hit to him, he'll go home. Otherwise, we'll give up that run. Squires is going to drop it into left center field. Little blooper there. That'll drive in a run. So it's 2-1 on the RBI single by Squires. One down. And Petry walks Lemon. Okay, so we're in a little bit of a jam here with Marv Foley up next. And Foley's going to hit a fly ball to center field. Henderson makes the play. And Squires tags up and takes third. So it's first and third for Ron Pruitt. And Pruitt's 2 for 2 against Petry. That does not bode well. But Petry gets Pruitt to ground to Sweet Lou, and that'll do it. So the Sox are on the board. It's 2-1, top of the fourth. Here's Gary Hancock in a little bit of a slump. And he's going to fly out to right, one down. Next up is JT. And there we go, Thompson, home run to right field. 405 feet. So he's 2 for 2 with a double and a home run. So let's see here. One down. It's 3-1. Here's Wayne Gross. Gross hits a fly ball to right. That's the second out. That'll leave it up to Sweet Lou. Lou walks. All right. So we're going to attempt to steal second base with Lou. Get him to scoring position for Henderson. He does steal second. So good job by Lou. Let's see if Henderson can bring him in. There we go. Base hit to center field. Whitaker scores. And you know Henderson's going. Everybody in the park knows it. Oh, come on. Henderson. I think I will look this up for next game because I don't have it here in front of me. But I'm curious what Ricky Henderson's career stolen base percentage was. Because I'm sure he got thrown out his fair share in his career. So I'll have that information for the next game. So anyway, that'll end the inning. And we go to the bottom of the fourth. It is 4-1. Fran Mullins leading off with a pop-up to short. Trammell makes the play. 1 down. Here is Cruz. Cruz grounds out to Whitaker. Next up, Kevin Bell, 2 down, and he strikes out. Petry in control. I never would have thought Petry would be our best pitcher, but he is. As Trammell leads off the 5th by grounding out to short. So 1 down, and Gibson walks. I think that's his 2nd walk today. And you know what? Let's steal with Gibby. And Gibson steals second base. Kemp took that strike. So it's an 0-1 count to Kemp. And Kemp gets a base hit to left. Gibson scores easily. Can we get a double out of this? No. I just, unless it's somebody who's fast, I don't think it's worth the risk. Because whatever help the coaches give in that scenario doesn't seem to work for me, as Parrish is going to ground into that double play that I threatened would happen in his previous at-bat. So that's going to do it. I guess I could have stretched that into a double and maybe avoided that. We go to the bottom of the 5th. 5-1 Detroit. Mark Gilbert, number 9 hitter, leading off the inning with a base hit to left. All right, so runner on first. We're going to guard the lines with Joe Gates here. And Petry walks Gates. So first and second, and nobody out. And there's a base hit. Looks like maybe a double all the way to the fence. And that's a 2 RBI double for Squires. Wow. This is not a good start to the 5th. And then a wild pitch by Petry. So a runner on third now. And we're going to have to sacrifice. Well, we're going to bring the corners in against Lemon. Lemon's going to hit a fly ball in the right center field. That's going to be plenty deep enough to get Squires in. And just like that, it is 5-4. The tides have turned. And Petry walks Marv Foley. And I'm going to let Petry pitch to Pruitt and to Mullins. And if we're not out of this by then, I'm going to pull him. There's a ground ball to first. And there's a double play. So good work there by Petry to get out of that jam. But he gives up 3, and it's a 1-run ball game. Ed Farmer is going to come in to replace Barrios. And he's a former Detroit Tiger, as you can see here. And so this is his 4th game. This is his 5th game this year. He's 1-0, 4.66 ERA, more walks than strikeouts. That's what I like to see. Ed Farmer, probably most famous. I think it happened in 1980 for that. He threw the pitch that hit Al Cowens of Detroit, and that started that huge brawl that injured Dave Rozema. As Gary Hancock gets a base hit up the middle. So there we go. Hancock's at first. Let's hit and run with JT. He's got a double and a home run today. And he gets a base hit under the glove of Squires. And Thompson just needs a triple to hit for the cycle. So he's going to get a couple more chances here. Okay, we're going to let Gross swing away. He earned that with that pinch hit home run. And he's going to bloop it into center field. And it's going to be caught by Lemon. Oh, man, this is not fair. I think we have to go for it. I mean, it's 70%. Yeah, there we go. So sac fly by Gross. We get one of the runs back. So one down. Thompson's on first. Here's Sweet Lulu. Sends it into right center field. Farmer put it right in the love zone. It's a 432-foot shot, and that is Whitaker's second home run on the year. So I feel a bit better about that inning with Petry, as it's 8-4 now, and Henderson strikes out for the second out. Next up is Trammell, and Trammell squeaks a base hit through the left side of the infield, and that's 10 hits for Detroit now. Farmer has given up 4 hits and 3 runs this inning. Let's see what Gibby's got. Oh, he's got nothing. He's going to grab the bench. So we'll take those 3 runs back, and it's 8-4, and I'm going to let Petry pitch. So Mullins, oh no, Mullins gets a base hit to left. Okay, so short leash. We're on the bottom of the bottom third of the lineup here. Oh wait, what? How do you get to second? He went for an extra base and got himself a double. So I didn't see that. And then he steals third. That run is inconsequential at the moment. All right, well, there's a base hit to right. Scarred the lines for Kevin Bell. RBI single for Henry Cruz. And there's a base hit down the left field line. I had them pulled over. I don't know how he got a double out of that. But this is starting to get worrisome. This is going to be it. As Gilbert's a switch hitter, so I guess it doesn't really much matter whether Petry pitches to him or not. And Gilbert gets himself a sac fly, run scores, and it's 8-6, and that's going to be it for Petry, who hung in there. Man, we have to go to Bob Lacey, and Bob Lacey was terrible. He's got an infinity ERA. He gave up 2 hits, both those hits scored. And so I'm hoping he's got something in the tank here for Joe Gates. Oh, no. Wow, so the tying run is on first. We need ourselves a double play here. And he walks the bases loaded. Wow, Bob Lacey is really bad. So I think we're going to probably cut him after this game. And, oh my gosh, who are we going to bring in? We're going to bring in Tobic. This is my bullpen, so, I mean, we don't have a chance, to really work through this. But we're going to try. We're going to pull the infield in. We're going to go home if we can. Oh, Tobic hits him! And that's going to score a run. And it's 8-7. Oh, my God. Okay, well, I mean, this is horrible. Now we have a lefty. Still got to keep the infield in. We got to go home with it. And he's going to slice it to left. That's going to score Gates, and the game is tied. Everybody tags up. So 2 down. And, I mean, we're not going to, I mean, it's 2 down, so we don't have to intentionally walk through it to get to Mullins. So, yeah, I mean, we just got to play it out. Ground ball to second. Whitaker makes the play. That's going to do it. They score 4. The game is tied. Petry will not get the decision. And we go to the top of the 7th. They're going to bring in Mike Prawley. He pitched yesterday, and we did a number on him. He went 2 1/3 innings and gave up a couple of runs. Gave up a home run. I think that was that pinch hit. Homer to Gross, if I remember right. I guess we'll see here in a minute if we get to Gross. So Kemp's going to lead off the inning, and he walks. And we're going to pinch run. We're going to bring in Omar Marino, who I was going to bring in as a defensive replacement anyway. So we have Marino with some speed on base. We're going to hit and run with our cleanup hitter. Oh, no. Okay, there we go. I thought he was going to strike him out, throw him out there on that 1-2 count. But he flies out, and now we're going to try to steal second. Now, Marino is 0 for 3 on the season in stealing bases. I mean, he can't go for 4, right? Yeah, there we go. So Marino's in scoring position for Hancock. And that was a strike, so it's an 0-1 count for Gary. And he slices it to left. That's not going to get it done. Marino tags up and takes third base. So here it is. Here's Thompson going for the cycle. He needs that triple. And he's way too slow to get it. We'll take a base hit. Is that an infield hit? Oh, man, I thought for a moment that was an infield hit, but he hits a ground ball to third, and we go to the bottom of the 7th. Still tied at 8. Missed opportunity there. And Tobic strikes out Mullins. Where was that when we needed it? We're going to let Tobic pitch to Cruz. Cruz hits a ground ball to third. There's the second out. We could use a 1-2-3 inning here. As Bell hits a ground ball to third. And we're going to bring in another pitcher for the Sox. It's Juan Augusto. We don't have a card made for him yet. But I guess we will. Yeah, so this is his first game of the year. And we saw him quite a bit last year, if I recall. 23 games, 6-3 record. 3.82 ERA, more walks than strikeouts. These are all good things. We're going to take out Wayne Gross. We're going to bring in Marty Castillo to pinch hit, and then Brookins will probably come in defensively. Oh, Castillo strikes out. Brookins could have done that. Okay, one down. Here's Lou. Lou's only batting 160 versus lefties. He could use a base hit here. Nope, he's going to pop it up. Okay, so it's going to be up to Ricky Henderson, batting .409 versus lefties. I like that. And he pops it up on the infield, right in front of home plate. Oh, 1-2-3 inning. Okay, so we're going to take out Castillo, and we're going to bring in Tommy Brookins. And, yeah, that's our defensive line up there. Okay, so we're going to bring in a lefty. And it's going to be Capizzello. Technically, he's our closer. We're kind of going by committee at this point. Gilbert does not have a base hit against a lefty this year, as he hits a high fly ball into left center field. That's going to be run down by Marino. Next up is Joe Gates. He's 0 for 4 against Cappy. And he pops it up on the first base side. And that's going to be the second out. So 2 down for Mike Squires. He's been hard to get out today. He's got a couple ribbies. And he flies out to center field. That's going to do it. We're in the 9th here. I forgot to switch over to the in-game stats. That's my bad. But you can see how it plays out. So yeah, Squires has got 3 ribbies. Okay, so they're going to keep Augusto in there. There is a couple lefties coming up. I like Marino there in the 4th spot. Okay, Augusto walks Trammell. So we're going to hit and run with Gibby. I could probably bring in Barry Bonnell in that role, but we're gonna let this play out. Okay, let's see if Marino can lay down a bunt. No, come on. All right, well, we gotta let Parrish do his thing here. There we go, base hit to left. Trammell standing on third base. And it's going to leave it up to Hancock to be a hero. And a ground ball to third. And that's going to do it. So we go to the bottom of the ninth. All tied at 8. And this is where we really struggled. All right, so we're going to bring in Weaver. We like Weaver. He played in his first game yesterday of the season. He was a big part of our bullpen last year. And as I mentioned in yesterday's game, he did not make the team out of spring training, but he's worked his way back as Lemon hits a ground ball to first. There's one down. Next up is Marv Foley, or Marvis, as it says on his baseball card there. Oh, he walks Marvis. So one down, runner on first for Ron Pruitt. Base hit up the middle. Marvis holds. And now we've got to bring the outfield in. Keep everything in front of us. Let's see how this plays out. And he hits Mullins to load the bases. All right. We got to bring in Underwood. We got to pull the infield in, folks. We are on the brink of losing this game. Henry Cruz hits a ground ball to short. Do they go home? They do. Okay. All right, it's going to be up to Kevin Bell. We do have Bob Stanley. I don't feel good about Bob. What about Bob? I don't know. Keep him in the bullpen. We might need him in extras. So, again, we're going to pull the outfield in so nothing drops in. If it gets over our heads, it gets over the heads. Oh, there we go. It's going to be a pop-up to Marino and left. Okay, we got some free baseball. So we're going to the 10th. And Thompson leading off with a long fly ball to left field. Oh, it dies at the wall. There's one out. Here's Tommy Brookins, his first plate appearance today. And he walks, and he's got some speed. Let's hit and run. Let's get him into scoring position. Ground ball to third. Okay, we got Brookins at second now. And a chance for Henderson to be a hero. 2 down. And a ground ball that gets past. Bell at third. Brookins scores easily. And it's 9-8. And Mark Esser comes in. I think he is their closer. He had 22 saves last year. This is the first time we're seeing him. 5th game, 0-1. He blew a save. Let's see if we can put another run on the board. Let's give us an insurance run here, Tram. Ground ball to second base, and that's going to do it. So here we are. We're going to the bottom of the 10th, and we got some lefties, and Underwood's all we have. So we're going to let him pitch to Gilbert. Again, does not have a hit against the lefty until now. Gilbert's got speed, and Joe Gates has got some speed. Runner on first for Gates, and Gilbert steals second. Now we got to bring the outfield in. And he steals third. Okay. Now we got to bring the infield in. Ground ball to Trammell. He's going to go home again. Oh, it works. I know it seems like it always works, but it definitely does not. But we'll take those 2 running errors as they've run themselves right out of this game. Okay, come on, Parrish. You got to throw somebody out. Okay, yeah. So now we got to bring the outfield in. Here's Squires, and he's going to walk him. All right, Bob Stanley. Oh, boy. We really need a double play here. We're going to play play everybody straight away for Lemon. He's 3 for 4 against Stanley in his career. And a double steal. And now we have to intentionally walk. Well, that's what they want us to do, right? To get to the lefty. That's what we have to do. And there's no way it's going to work 3 times, right? But we are, I mean, we got to play for the 11th inning at least. So we're going to keep everybody back, and we're going to try to turn 2 with the catcher running. Ground ball to second. That ends the game. Oh, man. I made a lot of bad calls, but that one paid off. I don't know if we deserve to win that game, but we'll take it. 9-8, Detroit wins. Let's take a look at the standings. This is a long game. I appreciate everyone who followed along, stuck in there. So we're 10-10. We're back to 500. Not a lot to see here. Let's take a look at transactions real quick. And Steve Carlton, he got his 250th career win. Nice work there. Joel Youngblood out for a while. Mark Clear, he is the closer for the Angels. He gets a 3-year extension. Pull up the box score. We'll get out of here. We have tomorrow off, so there will not be a game tomorrow. And we'll need it to recover our bullpen. And then we go home and face the White Sox, as it's just a schedule anomaly there. And so we had 3 stolen bases. They had 6 stolen bases. Nobody was caught stealing on their team. So Thompson's going to be the player of the game. He did almost hit for the cycle. So we're going to give it to JT. Underwood gets the win. He's 1-2. Bob Stanley gets a save. Nice work there. Petry, wow, he gives up 7 runs, but he was not bailed out by Bob Lacey, who was just horrible. We're going to release him, and we'll call up somebody from the minors, maybe Keith Comstock. So that's going to do it. Thanks for watching, y'all. I will catch you in 2 days. Have a good night.